A very good morning to you all, children. The pleasure is mine to take you on our online class in mathematics this morning. I hope the pleasure is yours too to listen to me from the comfort of your homes. So, quickly, this morning we are going to be looking at the other phase of what we started on Monday, which is on profit and loss. And before we proceed, or before we continue with today's lesson, we define profit or gain, as profit or gain as selling price is more than what cost what price. We define profit or gain as when the selling price of an item is more than the cost what price. And we also define loss as when the cost price is more than the selling price. Then we looked at profit percent or gain percent. Then we also look at loss percent. Then the formula for profit or gain percent is gain over cost price times 100 over 1, while the formula for loss percent is loss over cost price times 100 over 1%, which we also looked at few examples. Okay, I hope you can still remember. Please don't forget these formulas. Don't forget these formulas, as the formulas are very important, because without the formula you cannot be able to solve questions on this, which classwork was also given. And I would draw your attention to the platform page so that you can see the corrections provided, so you know where you are correct and where you are wrong, and take your necessary corrections there. Okay. Today we are looking at the other phase, which is finding the selling price and the cost price. Finding the selling price and the cost price. So it can be in 4 ways now. It can be in 4 directions. One is finding the selling price when given the cost price and gain percent. 2 is finding the same selling price when given the cost price and loss percent. I say it is in 4 ways. 1 is finding the selling price when given the cost price and gain percent. Finding the selling price when given the cost price and loss percent. The other one is cost price. Finding the cost price when given the gain percent and selling price. Finding the cost price when given the selling price and loss percent. That made it 4 directions we are going to be looking at now. So that means we're going to be looking at 4 different formulas. 4 different formulas. Okay, in addition to the 2 other formulas we looked at on Monday, which is gain percent and loss percent. So we're going to be looking at 4 to make it 6. Now, the first one we're going to be looking at is finding the selling price when given the cost price and the gain percent. Now, selling price, the formula is 100% plus gain percent over 100 times cost price over 1. Selling price is 100% plus gain percent over 100 times cost price over 1. Okay, example, a bag was bought at the price of 600 and was sold for 60%. Find the selling price. A bag was bought at the price of 600 naira and was sold for 60%. Find the selling price. So the solution is cost price given as 600, selling price is not given, which is unknown, then the gain percent is 60%. So your SP now will be 100 plus 60, which is your gain percent, over 100 times 600 over 1. So 100% plus gain percent, which is 100 plus 60, which is 160 over 100 times 600 over 1. Then when you do your calculation, you're having 160 over 100 times 600 over 1, 6600 over 1. So 0, 0, 0, 0. Sorry. So we are left with 160 times 6. If you do 160 times 6, 160 times 6 will give us 6 here is 0, 6 here is 6 remainder 3, then 6 in 6 is 1, is 6 times plus 9 plus 3 is 9. That is what gave us that's how we got our 960 naira. That's how we got our 960 naira. Okay, this one is selling price when the gain percent and the cost price is given. Take note of the formulas. Then find the selling price when the cost price and the loss percent is given. The formula is 100 minus percent minus loss percent over 100 times cost price over 1. 100% minus loss percent over 100 times cost price over 1. So example, find the selling price of an article which was sold at 25 at a loss of 25% while it was bought for 10 naira. Find the selling price of an article which was sold at a loss of 25% while it was bought for 10 naira. So solution, cost price is given as 10 naira, selling price is unknown, loss percent is 25%. So selling price is equals to 100% minus 25% over 100 times 100 over 1. Okay, your 100% is constant, minus 25% is a loss percent, over 100 times the cost price, which is 100 over 1. So when you do your calculation here, we are having 75 times 100 over 100. So 100, 0 we cancel 0 off. So you're left with just 75 naira. So it is 75 naira, not 75 what kobo. It's not 7 naira 50 kobo. Sorry, it is 75 naira, not 7 naira 50 kobo. It was a mistake. Now the other part is finding the cost price when given the selling price and profit percent. Find the selling price, finding the cost price when given the selling price and the profit percent. So we say the cost price is equal to SP over 1 times 100 over 100% plus gain percent. SP over 1 times 100% plus times 100 over 100% plus gain percent. So we have an example. So what is the cost price of an article? Given the selling price and gain percent at 40 naira and 25% respectively. What is the cost price of an article? Given the selling price and gain percent at 40 naira and 25% respectively. Solution: CP equals to 40 over 1 times 100 over 100 plus 25 what percent. Your SP is 40 over 1 times 100, which is constant, over 100% plus your gain percent is 25%. So when you are having 40 over 1 times 100 over 100 plus 25 will give us 125. Then when you do your calculations, you're having 40 over 1 times 100 over 125. So I think the 8 here, 5 here is 8, 5 here is 25, 5 here is 1, 5 here is what? That will give us 4. So 8 times 4 will give us 32. So that's how we come about this 32. We have 32 naira we have there. So the next one, which is the final aspect, is finding the cost price when given the selling price and the loss percent. Finding the cost price when given the selling price and loss percent. So it is SP over 1 times 100 over 100% minus loss percent. For example, a man sold a clock for 100 naira, losing 20%. What is the cost price? Okay, so 100 naira. Okay, SP is 100 naira. CP is equals to 100 naira, which is SP over 1 times 100 over 100% minus your loss percent, which is 20%. So 100 over 1 times 100 over 20 my 100 minus 20 is what? 80. So calculation will now give us 100 over 1 times 100 over 80. So 0 we cancel what? 0. 2 here 5. 2 here 4. 4 here 1. 4 here is what? 25. So 25 times 5, that's what will give us what? 125 what? Naira. That's what will give us 125 what? Naira. So children, it is very very important for you to take note of these formulas. Today we have been able to learn 4 formulas finding the what? Cost price and what? Selling price. Finding the cost price when the selling price and the gain percent is given. Finding the cost price when the selling price and loss percent is given, or finding the selling price when the cost price and the gain percent is given, or finding the selling price when the cost price or the loss percent is given. So please take note of these formulas, because without these formulas you cannot be able to solve questions as regards to finding the cost price and selling price. So today, this is where we're going to draw the curtain for our lesson. I hope the time we have spent together is not a waste, and please try to memorize these formulas and know it very well, because it is very very important. So with what we have done today, you have a classwork, you have an assignment which is on exercise 14.10, number 6, 7, 8 and 9. Number 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, you should see that on page 124. So thank you very much for listening for the time. Remain blessed till we meet again in our next class.